Sunnyside, Washington. It's the 2014 Northwest Nitro Nationals Pro Hill Climb on SWX. Brought to you by Rowand Machinery, the City of Sunnyside, by Ride Now Power Sports of Tri-Cities, by Alba Excavating, and by 509 Goggles.
Welcome to the Northwest Nitro Nationals Pro Hill Climb in Sunnyside, Washington on SWX. I'm Mike Linden, joined by Claire Graham.
Hi.
And Claire, this is quite an event. I mean, just driving up to it, you can see the flags up on a massive hill, and that's what everyone's here to do,
Yeah.
Ride motorcycles up an 800-foot hill that you can see to the side of us here. And it's pretty intense just driving up to it. It's kind of like Olympic downhill slalom skiing, but instead of going down, which you think would be the easy part, people are riding up it instead. It's pretty wild.
I'm pretty surprised about how tall this mountain actually is. When we were driving up, yeah, exactly like you said, my jaw dropped just seeing how big this thing is. I don't know how people are going to go up there on bikes. That's amazing.
This is Carrie Peterson, a 5-time World Hill Climb champion. Thanks for joining us, Carrie.
Thank you very much.
So what can our viewers expect to see today?
Well, what you're going to see is the most intense motorcycle racing probably anybody's ever seen before. It's very extreme. You have all kinds of different fuels that are used here. Horsepower-wise, anywhere from 60 horsepower up to 300 horsepower. You got probably 5 or 6 different riders here that have been multiple world champions. Just a lot of really good talent here, and basically the best riders in the world are here in Sunnyside this weekend.
So put us into the perspective of a rider. When the time starts at the beginning of the track here and you start to climb up that hill, what goes through your mind?
Well, it's all about getting to the top as quick as you can. and as you can see back here, we've got a tabletop. They got to negotiate this first. The guy who hits it the hardest and fastest and jumps the furthest usually gets a jump on the glass. And then, of course, you got to negotiate the gates at the top, as well as the bushes, the holes, the ledges, and everything else that's thrown at you. So there's a lot between the bottom and the top of the hill that's all going to be done at very, very fast speeds.
Thank you so much for joining us, Carrie. We really appreciate it. And Claire, this is the first event of the day, the 450 class of motorcycles, dirt bikes, that are going to be going up this hill.
Can't wait to see it. They've all got to aim for the fastest and the farthest. That's what I hear. So we're going to send it over to Jamie Deere now. Let's see what's going on.
I think it's going to be a battle today between Jason Smith and Brett Peterson. And the reason I say that, Jason Smith's coming off his 2013 season with 4 national titles. He swept all 4 classes. He was untouchable last year. He took 3 wins in Snowville, Utah just about 3 weeks ago. But what's unique about today or this weekend, Brett Peterson was unstoppable in qualifying yesterday. Didn't win, but took fast time in all 3 classes. So those two, it's going to be a battle for those two. Keep your eyes on Peterson and Smith. It is time to get it on right now. As mentioned earlier, we had a total of 39 riders yesterday looking to qualify, and we only are taking the top 20 of the fastest here today. Sean Cardwell right now, the first rider on the hill, and wow! Sean Cardwell is high-sided just past gate number 1 there. What a phenomenal crash. Fortunately, he is going to walk this one off. So the hill here today, about 780 feet, I believe, to the top, up there to the checkered flags. We got a set of timing lights down here at the bottom, set of timing lights at the top. Now, if a rider goes out of bounds or knocks a gate down, he'll have to take a distance there. And what we mean by out of bounds is just simply going around the outside of the gates. If a rider comes to a stop for more than 1 second, the official down here at the bottom of the hill will mark him down. He'll have to take a distance at that point. If he puts 2 feet off on the motorcycle at once, he will have to take a distance there as well. Cardwell picks the same line up and out of gate number 1. No problem right now for Cardwell. Rails through gate number 2. Now finds the throttle, stabs it over to gate number 4. Boy, it is going to be tough to negotiate this hill there today as the silt starts to get dug up and they start to lose a little bit of traction. But Cardwell is going to make it up and over, and he turns in a time of 24.252. So that, now the benchmark time to be 24.254. Well, race fans, if you want some speed, we're going to give you Logan Mead out of Concord, California. The KTM 450, sponsored by Fly, Rotor Perspective, Moto, House of Horsepower, Atlas IRC, MX Graphics, your 2011 Rookie of the Year. Logan Mead clearing the tabletop at the bottom of the hill. Comes up to take short there at gate number 1, but back on the throttle. Now the straight section, midsection, and he carries some momentum as he sweeps through gate 4, back in rhythm. And I think this will be the time to beat Logan Mead, the Steed, through the checkered flag in a 22.595. Race fans, now would be a good time to get you a front row seat. It is time for your 2013 NAHA reigning national champion out of Farmington, Utah, Jason Smith from Team Action Machine, Hard Rock Racing, Fly Racing, Western Power Sports, taking 4 national titles. So here we go. This could be the time to beat Jason Smith out of Farmington, Utah on his 450 CCF. Time to beat 22.595 of Logan Mead, the Steed. And Jason Smith leads the line after picking the sweet line on the hill. Let's see if it's going to pay off for him here. Jason Smith right now with looks to be the fastest ride down here at the bottom. Comes up through gate number 4 into 5. We'll watch the clock on this one. I need a 22 and some change to take the lead. Smith now to the top and turns in a 22.7. Next up out of Cottonwood, California, Joe Shipman on a 450cc Yamaha, bike number 119. Shipman sponsored by Motomart at Carnegie, Melrose Powder Coating, Rusty Sports Bar Pizza, PTR Moto, Fox Racing, and 100%. 2 fast times right now, 22.5, 22.7. Joe Shipman, 10th rider, out of the hole here today, and look at this, he carries some speed through gate 3, gate 4, trying to keep that tire in the dirt, comes up to gate number 6, sweeps way left, and a decent run for Joe Shipman. Are you ready for this? 21.659, we got a new fast time.
Well, the crowd has to be loving that. I mean, it's just so much fun here standing at the base of this hill. Imagine what it's like going up 800 feet at an incline like that.
Can't imagine the rush. It must be crazy up there. All right, well, there's lots more to come here at the 2014 Northwest Nitro Nationals Pro Hill Climb here on SWX. Stay with us.
When you need a job site prepped, you need to call Alba Excavating. From simply leveling a load of gravel to a 200,000 square foot cold storage facility, Alba Excavating is your answer. They've been serving Eastern and Central Washington since 1979. Need gravel? Alba Excavating has its own gravel pit. When it comes to gravel and excavating, call Alba Excavating. 509-882-2047. That's 509-882-2047. When it comes to excavating, they do it all.
Welcome back to the Northwest Nitro Nationals Pro Hill Climb event here on SWX.
Let's send it up to Jamie Deere with the call.
Shipman's got to be excited right now with that 21.6. I don't know if we're going to be able to beat that or not. That is smoking fast right now for what we're seeing out here on the hill today. However, the Steed Logan Mead out of Concord, California, up next, your second fastest time of the day. First run for him, 22.5. Mead out of Concord, California, rides for EBS, Dirt Trick, ASC, Heavy Wrenching, Unlimited Motorsports, Unlimited Racing, Fly, Rotor Perspective. Your 2011 Rookie of the Year. Let's see if he can get her done. Mead, smooth at the bottom of the hill into gate number 1. Right now is all about finding that fresh dirt. Mead right by gate number 3, he's still inbounds, shoots up the middle, hugs it tight to the left-hand side of 5, on to 6, oh, and he gets in trouble. Too wide at gate number 6 for Logan Mead, the Steed. He'll have to settle with his first run. Second one, 25.1. 10-time national champion overall, 2006 world champion. Can he get it done? And Jason Smith pops the clutch Is he tight to take the win here today? Again, the time to beat 21.6 of Joe Shipman. And right now, Jason Smith is putting everything he has into this run right now to make something happen. Can he find the good dirt to stay hooked up? He has got a shot at it right now. Jason Smith through the timing lights, wheelies out and over. He needed a 21.6. Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Smith, your fourth-time reigning national champion, has a new fast time, 21.2. What an incredible ride for Jason Smith. Ironman Dusty Beer wasted no time out of Columbus, Montana to take another shot at the hill here today. A little bit of a bobble there between 1 and 2, and that is something you do not see. Dusty Beer out of Columbus, Montana on the Kawasaki KX450F goes down. And we've seen several riders here today challenged at that spot. So a bad break there for Dusty Beer. He'll have to take a distance of 316 feet. Austin Tyler out of Billings, Montana on a Honda 450R. Sponsored today by Hanson Motorsports Climb Technical Riding Gear and Mom and Dad. He was the youngest rider once again to win the Great American Hill Climb in 2013. First run for him was a time of 23.325 for Austin Tyler. And Tyler had a great run between 3 and 4. Of course, gate number 5 is where they're going to have trouble. Let's take a look at the clock there. That was a pretty good run, 22.505. Where does that put him in the hunt? 22.505. And race fans, that is good enough for a podium finish here today. All right, it's showtime right now down here at the bottom of the hill. He is back to regain the lead, ladies and gentlemen. It's Dirty Joe Shipman back for some revenge. Dirty Joe Shipman with a 21.6 has now been dropped back to second place by Smith in his time of 21.2. Joe Shipman with a bad bobble between 4 and 5. That's going to cost him. He's going to take the high line between 5 and 6. And this is not going to be enough. Joe Shipman's second run, 24.784. And now the heat is on, race fans. Your fastest qualifier from yesterday's racing action. He reigns out of Yorba Linda, California from Team Peterson Racing, Malcolm Smith Motorsports, KTM, Lucas Oil, Troy Lee Design, K&N Race Tech, Alpine Star, three-time NAHA national champion, Brett Peterson right now trying to give it everything he has to take it away from your leader right now, Jason Smith, with a 21.2. Again, Peterson, your fastest qualifier yesterday in the gate number 5. Will he get it done? Peterson with the paddle tire in the dirt, lets it dig. And the time, this is going to be close. 21.2 was the time to beat Brett Peterson with a 21.6. 4/10 of a second off of your leader. Still a phenomenal run, but Peterson will find himself on the podium. Great run for Team Peterson. And another day of Smith versus Peterson. This time it is Smith on top.
So we're joined now by the fastest time, at least so far, in the early class. Jason, congratulations. How does it feel?
Oh, it feels really good. I mean, I was sitting in third place after my first run, and I like being in that position because that, you know, you already have a podium. You're on the podium, at least at the time. You have a good finish. You made it over the hill. You got your time. So that second run that comes up, you can just kind of go for it, let it all hang out without having to worry, you know?
Right.
So it was cool. I was sitting on the line, and I knew exactly what I had to do. I told myself that I was just going to scrub that jump in the bottom as hard as I could and be way back on the back end of the bike because it's so choppy up there, and it all worked out. And right now, currently, I'm holding fast time.
Thanks for joining us. Best of luck the rest of the way.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
You're watching the 2014 Northwest Nitro Nationals Pro Hill Climb on SWX. Stay with us.
oh yeah, I can do a front flip, and everyone's like, eh.
Come on, Heath.
Coming from the ground up may seem impossible, but it's not.
Welcome back to the 2014 Northwest Nitro Nationals Pro Hill Climb event here in SWX. We've got the 451 to 700 cc class now of bikes going up this 800-foot hill. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. A step up from the 450, so they're only going to get bigger and faster. Let's send it up to Jamie Deere with the call.
All right, Sunnyside, Washington, we've got the green light for your first rider here in the 451 to 700 class. It's Destry Hazlitt on bike number 679 out of McCall, Idaho. So again, some of these bikes are going to be running nitro, some of them on NOS, maybe methanol. But the key here is you have to maintain 451 to 700 cc's. Now, it looks like we got some good water up there on the hill right now. Meanwhile, Destry Hazlitt having some trouble between 4 and 5, and he is going to miss gate number 5. So he will have to take a distance. Meanwhile, down here on the hill right now, it is Nitro Nick Beer out of Montana. Nitro Nick Beer sponsored today by Team Beer Racing, Fly Racing, Western Power Sports Factory, Backing, Barnett, Clutches, Loomis Performance, and Machine. Nitro Nick on his first run to try and set that fast time. Taking his first NAHA win back in Snowville, Utah 3 weeks ago. Can he repeat here today? Nitro Nick, your 2009 NAHA Rookie of the Year, right now faced with a 32-second ride out of J.J. Smith. And Nitro Nick Beer on his 650cc Kawasaki with a new fast time, 22.310. And the competition does not let up. Look at this. It's the 414 of Logan Mead, the Steed out of Concord, California. Another rider for Team Unlimited Racing, this time on a KTM 690. Mead up and out of the hole, sponsored by Fly, Rotor Perspective, House of Horsepower, Atlas, and IRC. Max Simmons, fellow teammate with a 22.2 right now, the fast time of the day. Logan Mead, one of the fastest times in the 450 class earlier this morning, and he has got some rhythm working in his favor, and that right there is going to be the new fast time, 21.3 for the Steed. Logan Mead, 21.311, and we continue to heat up here today. And how about this, Jason Smith? I already grabbed that win this morning in the 450cc class. Look out, because this could be an unbelievable run. And here we go. Jason Smith launches out of gate number 1. He Supermans the motorcycle there and pulls his body back onto the tank. He heads into gate number 4 with a wicked ride right now. I don't know that it is going to be enough. We'll have to wait and see. Here we go, up and over the top. He does it. 20.552, and the national champion comes back strong. 20.552, 20.552, and the heat is on for Logan Mead, the Steed. He's sponsored by Fox, Maximum Oil, FMM, the Gunslinger Custom Paint, UNI Filters, and Whiplash Collision out of Springville, Utah. It's the 580cc KTM on Boss Nos, Travis Whitlock. All right, Travis. Travis was great yesterday in qualifying. Had top 3 fastest times, I believe, in the 450 class. Had some great runs in the open class. Looking to gun out Jason Smith in that 20.552. Let's see, can he get it done? Travis Whitlock, better known on the NHA Pro Hill Climb Series as Mr. Consistent. And of course, a 14-time national champion you would expect to be so. So Travis Whitlock with a clean run right now, and he has that KTM hooked up right there at the top of the hill, and he turns on an incredible ride. 21.19 for Travis Whitlock, and that is going to put him, I believe, in second place.
You're watching the 2014 Northwest Nitro Nationals Pro Hill Climb on SWX. Stay with us.
Fall is in the air, so it's traction action time at Joel's Tire. Roll on into Joel's Tire, where we have 2 locations to serve you, in Yakima and Selah. All of our traction action tires are on sale now. So roll on into Joel's Tire now in Selah and Yakima for a complete free safety vehicle check. We check your battery and your electrical system. We make sure your wiper blades and your lights are working. We have great tire buys at Joel's Tire, now in Selah and Yakima. So roll on into Joel's Tire and get those tires on sale now.
Welcome back to the Northwest Nitro Nationals Pro Hill Climb event here on SWX. We've got the 700 to open class right now of motorbikes.
Let's send it up to Jamie Deere with the call.
Irv Snyder from the Hillbilly Hill Climbers, sponsored today by Hill Climb Mom and Hill Climb Dad. Snyder, first run for him was a 32.424. 32.424 for Irv Snyder. Oh my gosh. Let's get some help up there, Irv Snyder. My goodness. Handlebars landed right on his throat there. And it looks like he is okay. And how about it for another rider, Sunnyside, getting busy for you guys. Gee whiz. Out of Columbus, Montana. From Team Mirror Racing, Fly Racing, Western Power Sports Factory, Backing, Barnett Clutches, Loomis Performance and Machine, Napa of Columbus, Hanson Motorsports, it's Nitro, Nick Beer back again on a Kawasaki EX650 on 100% nitro methane. Nitro Nick coming off that big win in Snowville, Utah. Nitro Nick gunning right now for Jason Smith, Travis Whitlock, and your top 3 riders. Again, that fast time of the day, 20.552, and Nitro Nick is getting with it right now. His time, 21.4. 21.4. That puts him 1/10 of a second behind Logan Mead. It is now time for the 3rd fastest rider today here in the 450. 1 to 700 class out of Concord, California. He is back and he is gunning for Jason Smith right now. He led the first half of the class here today from Fly. Rotor Perspective Atlas IRC. If you're ready for some speed, it's Logan Mead, 3rd fastest time of the day. Here we go. Can he make a big comeback here? First run for Mead was a time of 21.311. Again, Jason Smith comes out late in the action with a 20.552. Oh, look at this. Logan Mead leg dragging around gate number 5 up and over the top. Is it enough? He needed a 20.552. Logan Mead, 20.9. Good enough for second place. And now it's time for showtime. Sean Cardwell out of Billings, Montana on a borrowed bike. Normally out here on the 600cc Gixxer on nitrous. Today's out here on the 293 and don't have much info on that bike. Cardwell sponsored by Climb R&D System, Carmenize, Vortex Dragon, Garnet Boots, Destination X, Octane Addiction, and Jerry's Racing. Cardwell working that bike right now, and look at this. He is flat on the pipe. Showtime, Sean Cardwell, again, one of the most aggressive riders you're going to see out here on the NHA Pro Hill Climb Series. And he turns in a time of 21.257. I think that's going to put Showtime on the podium. Let's take a look, is it? No, it is not. Travis Whitlock still squeaks by 1/10 of a second. Austin Cardwell on the 600cc Gixxer right now on nitrous, running that big 21-inch tire. Cardwell from Climb R&D. And he is getting flat busy. Look at this. Austin Cardwell, a.k.a. Hollywood, on the back of that seat. And this could be Oh, he had a bad little bobble at the top and turned in a 21.2. Is that enough for the podium? No, it is not. All right, Whitlock, let's see if you've got it, buddy. Travis Whitlock out of Springville, Utah on a KTM 580. Your final ride here in the 451 to 700. Again, it's going to take a near flawless ride for Travis Whitlock. Right now, good speed through the bottom of the hill. Sets it on top at gate number 1. Getting back on the back of that seat. Look at this. A good bounce at gate number 4. He rails through gate number 5. He rails through gate number 6. A little bobble there. He needed a 20.5. Travis Whitlock with a 20.6. 20.6, and Jason Smith will take another win here today by 1/10 of a second.
Tell me what was going through your mind when you hit that first gate. It looked like you almost lost control a little bit, and then were able to smooth sail the rest of the way. Take me through the course.
I came off of that jump, and like you said, it wiped both of my feet off the pegs. And I think it was kind of natural instinct to kind of just hit the gas as hard as I could, and I pulled myself back up to where I wouldn't lose any time. And by the time I got to the next breaker in the road, I was back on the pegs and more focused and ready to go again. So, I tried to cut those corners as sharp as I could, especially that top one at the 5 gate. With the power that my bike makes, it's hard to get through those turns. So, you can go as fast as you want on the straightaways, but if you can't make the turn, it's not going to do any good.
Best of luck to you. Thanks again for speaking with us.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
For over 100 years, Hellison Lumber and Supply has provided top-quality lumber and building materials at competitive prices. They can handle any size project from new homes, additions, remodels, and commercial buildings and do-it-yourself projects. For projects large or small, Hellison can supply all your building material, lumber, and hardware needs. If they don't have it, they can get it fast. Check out Hellison Lumber and Supply Company. For the right products, the right service, the right price. That's Hellison Lumber and Supply Company, 3501 West Washington Avenue, Yakima.
Welcome back to the 2014 Northwest Nitro Nationals Pro Hill Climb event. Now we've got the big boys up next. This is going to be really crazy.
Yeah, the 701cc to open, so they're going to get very loud and very fast. The volume, you might be able to turn it down a little bit and still be able to hear loud and clear with the sound of these custom-made dirt bikes. Let's send it up to Jamie Deere with the call.
And Jesse Graff fires up his Nitro bike. It's a 1300cc Hayabusa from PJ Tires, DK Performance and Cycle Gear. Let's see if he can keep this thing harnessed here today, as he'll be the first rider on deck. So we got the green light. It is go time here for the 701 and up. Jesse Graff a little bit loose at the bottom, but gets back under control. So the hill possibly just a little bit loose. Oh, and Jesse Graff's hands come off the handlebars. And that is a tough way to go down. Jesse trying to get back up right now. And what went wrong for Jesse Graff? I saw what appeared to be the left arm come off the handlebars there, and maybe that was just it. He lost control, but hopefully he'll be okay. Get ready for this. Dusty Beer on a Kawasaki KZ 1500. A Kawasaki KZ 1500 running methanol and nitrous here today. Dusty Beer gets vertical there at gate number 1, but he will save it. So far, no rider up and over the top so far. Beer, your third rider, and no challenge for him at gate number 4 as he pushes straight through. Dusty Beer will set the fast time here, third rider out of the gate, and his time 23.253. 23.253 for Dusty Beer. So a great run for him, 5-time world champion, 5-time national champion, 12-time California state champion. Sponsored by Fly, Rotor Perspective, and Motul, House of Horsepower. Logan Mead, the Steed. And listen how quiet that bike is. Still pushing over 200 horsepower here today. Logan Mead into gate number 3. And he absolutely nails the midsection of this hill right now. Logan Mead can keep it up. He might have the time to beat. Looking for another podium finish. He does it, race fans. 21.485. And we got us a new fast time. 295. It's time for showtime. Sean Cardwell. A KTM 1190 on nitrous here today. And listen to this baby rip. Wow, Sean Cardwell, an animal right now. Looking to make a showing here today. Cardwell, always competitive on the NAHA Pro Hill Climb Series, has yet to put in a podium finish this weekend. Cardwell, oh man! He looked like he was a flat tracker right there. That was awesome. Would you believe he turns in the fast time of the day? 20.9 for showtime, Sean Cardwell. Back again, your fastest qualifier from Saturday's racing action. The number 6 from KTM Racing, Team Peterson Racing, Malcolm Smith Motorsports, Troy Lee Design, Lucas Oil Products, 3-time NAHA National Champion Brett Peterson. So far, Peterson needs a 20.947. Peterson this time on that 950cc KTM, and he is making up for that 451 to 700 class that he wanted it up in. Peterson right now has a shot at that fast time. Again, 20.9 was the time to beat, and he is just off. 21.4. Columbus, Montana rider Nitro Nick Beer up next on a Kawasaki KZ1428. Running a mixture here today, methanol and nitrous. Nitro Nick from Team Bear Racing, Fly Racing, Western Power Sports, factory backing, Barnett Clutches, Loomis Performance and Machine, Napa of Columbus. Took his first NAHA win back in Snowville, Utah here just a few weeks back, round number 1 in the 450X climb. So far, the best time on the hill, 20.947 of Sean Cardwell. And now it is up to Nitro Nick Beer. Nitro Nick Beer charging between gate number 2 and 4. And he has a ride going, oh no, and he has problems at gate number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 1 rider, Jason Smith. Smith down here at the starting line. Look at him. He is running through that hill in his mind right now, trying to find out exactly where he wants to go. Jeff Smith will pop it into gear in the 710 on 100% nitro, is ready to leave the line. We will watch the clock as the time to beat, 20.947 of Sean Cardwell, is at risk. And Jason Smith, high out of the berm there, comes up a little shy at gate number 1. That is enough to slow him down possibly. Smith knows his work cut out for him now on the rest of this hill. A 20.9, the time to beat. Smith will try and maintain. Would you believe 20.4? We got a new fast time. 20.4, and he had a bobble between gate number 1 and gate number 2. So an incredible ride for Jason Smith as he now looks at possibly 3 podium finishes here today. That new fast time, 20.478.
You're watching the 2014 Northwest Nitro Nationals Pro Hill Climb on SWX. Stay with us.
Ride Now Powersports Tri-Cities is the area's largest power sports dealer, with brands like KTM, Kawasaki, Polaris, BRP, Suzuki, and is now the only Yamaha dealer in the Tri-Cities. Stop in today and check out the area's largest selection on or off-road vehicles, including all the parts and accessories gear you need. Ride safe, ride often, ride now.
So run number 1 for Travis Whitlock. We will watch the clock. 20.478 for the fast time of Jason Smith. Travis Whitlock out of Springville, Utah will leave the line. Mr. Consistent. Whitlock trying to time the bottom of the hill. Now Smith didn't have the best run between 1 and 2 either. Here's where Smith made up his time. Whitlock was strong on his first run in that 451 class between 5 and 6, and I like what I see there. He needed a 20.4, but not enough this time. 22.458. 22.458 for Travis Whitlock. So who is going to be able to stop Jason Smith here today? Looking at 3 number 1 wins. Again, he's already taken the 450. He took the 451, now in the lead with a 20.4 in the open class. How about Dusty Beer, Ironman out of Columbus, Montana? Beer back on the Kawasaki KZ 1500 on methanol and nitrous. Beer, a 5-time world champion, 5-time national champion, 12-time California state champion. First run for Beer, 23.2. Sponsored by Beer Racing Fly, Boondocker Nitrous, Sick Racing, Hard Rock Racing, Hanson Motorsports. Nitro Nick down there with him, his son. Can somebody stop Jason Smith? Again, first run for Dusty Beer, 23.2. He needs a time of 20.478. 20.478 for the fast time. Dusty Beer carrying that bike straight up to gate number 5. Can he hold this in the dirt? Dusty Beer coming up and through the lights. Great run, 21.069. 21.069. Let's see where that puts him. Had a great year last year. Logan Mead actually took second place in all 3 championships of the X-Climb 450 and the 700. So definitely one of our top riders here today on the 414. 750cc Gixxer. It's hard to hear this one, but it's definitely fast. So 21.4. Let's see if he can find that podium. Again, he needs a 21.0 or faster. Logan Mead carrying some speed. Flawless so far at gate number 5. He shaves gate 6, just like your last rider, Joe Shipman. He needed a 20.4 to make it interesting here today. Logan Mead turns in a 20.3, and the race is on. We got a new fast time. 20.3 for Logan Mead, the steed, and that is going to push him ahead of Jason Smith. And guess what? We get to see Jason Smith come back out one more time. So a great run once again for Logan Mead, the steed, as he turns in that 20.3. Jason Smith now drops back to second with a 20.4. And Sean Cardwell back to third with a 20.9. So Sean Cardwell, I didn't realize this. Sean Cardwell right now, the 3rd fastest rider on the hill, going through gate number 2 right now. Out of Billings, Montana on the KTM 1190. So he's trying to get back in the groove here. He once was your leader. Oh, he gets loose again. Let's see if it works for him this time, and it does not. So 22.7, his second run, 22.7. So Sean Cardwell just up and over the hill there. He is your 3rd fastest rider. He's still on the podium. Out of Yorba Linda, California, the number 6 bike of Brett Peterson is back to give it another try. From Team Peterson Racing, Malcolm Smith Motorsports, and Troy Lee Design. Brett Peterson, first run of a 21.4. Brett Peterson on the 950cc KTM with a bad bounce right there. Peterson, top 3 fastest qualifying times in Saturday's racing action here. We'll try and edge out Logan Mead. I don't know if it's enough. It is not. 22.034. 22.034. Top 3 riders all in the 20-second range. 20.3, 20.4, and 20.9. First run for Nitro Nick Beer. An altercation on the hill at the 599-foot mark left him shy of the timing lights. Now he was back in the throttle. Nitro Nick stabs that throttle between 3, 4, and 5. Oh, he is flawless right now. He gets a little low into gate number 6, and that'll cost him, let's look at the time, 21.686. 21.686 for Nitro Nick Beer. So race fans, it is as big as it gets right here for these riders. Jason Smith needs 1/10 of a second here to take it back away from Logan Mead.
Hi, I'm Katie Moore of Spec Family Dealerships. Our family automotive tradition started over 100 years ago with C-Spec Motors in Sunnyside. Founder Clayton Speck, my great-grandfather, was remembered for his generosity to employees and customers. The tradition remains today, with 3 locations to serve you, including Spec Hyundai of Tri-Cities and Hall Chevrolet Buick in Prosser. We invite you to experience what family and service really mean. Spec Family Dealerships, an automotive tradition for over 100 years.
So race fans, it is as big as it gets right here for these riders. Jason Smith needs 1/10 of a second here to take it back away from Logan Mead. From Team Action Machine, Hard Rock Racing, Fly Racing, Western Power Sports, Sub-Zero, Ice Cream, Octane Addiction, J-Mill Enterprise, Rhino Design, Dubach Racing, Factory Backing, and Aspen Press. Here we go, your 4-time national champion out of 2013 is looking to take this win here today. Race fans, can he get it done? The time to beat right now, 20.399 of Logan Mead the Steed. Jason Smith into gate number 6 is going to try and make it happen. He needed a 20.399. Jason Smith on a second run with a time of 19.863. 19.863, and Jason Smith does it once again. All right, race fans, we're here with Jason Smith. Jason, I cannot believe you were able to pull this off today. You've taken 3 wins here today. You did the same thing back in Snowville, Utah a few weeks back at round number 1. What is going on with you this weekend? You are on fire and unstoppable.
I don't know. I feel like things are just clicking for me, and my bike was running awesome in all 3 classes today. Suspension was working good. I just feel good too. I mean, it's exciting to have a big crowd like this here in Sunnyside, Washington. And I mean, when they're cheering you on and when you pump me up on the microphone, I don't know. I've been excited all day, and I've just felt good.
Let me ask you, you come back out on that second ride, you knew what you had to do. Logan Mead came out and took that lead away from you. Did you change something on your second run?
The only thing I wanted to change is I wanted to clean up the bottom section of that hill. I mean, you saw in the first one, I came up a little bit short and it kind of blew my feet off of the foot pegs because it's so deep, that powder up there. So I wanted to get through that smooth, and I wanted to stay low and maintain all of my speed at the bottom, so all I had to do was focus on the top section of the hill at that point. So I came off, and it's so deep, like I said, in that powder, so I wanted to land under power and exactly on my line. So, and I mean, that's exactly what happened, and the whole rest of the hill just kind of seemed to follow the same way. And it was one of those runs where I went over the top of the hill, and I knew it. And you know, I stopped my bike, and I heard you freaking out on the microphone, so that's always a good indication that you may have done good.
Well, congratulations to you, Jason. I know you got a lot of people you'd like to thank putting you on the podium 3 times today, and we still got one more class yet to go.
Yep, I'm excited. So we're going to move on to X-Climb, and we'll go have some fun.
You to it. Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Smith, 3 wins here today in Sunnyside, Washington. Nice job. We're proud of you.
Thank you.
An incredible ride for Jason Smith as he sweeps all 3 classes today. A great day of great riding. We'll be back to wrap things up after this. You're watching the 2014 Nitro Nationals Pro Hill Climb on SWX.
Fall is in the air, so it's traction action time at Joel's Tire. Roll on into Joel's Tire where we have 2 locations to serve you in Yakima and Selah. All of our traction action tires are on sale now. So roll on into Joel's Tire now in Selah and Yakima for a complete free safety vehicle check. We check your battery and your electrical system. We make sure your wiper blades and your lights are working. We have great tire buys at Joel's Tire, now in Selah and Yakima. So roll on into Joel's Tire and get those tires on sale now.
When you need a job site prepped, you need to call Alba Excavating. From simply leveling a load of gravel to a 200,000 square foot cold storage facility, Alba Excavating is your answer. They've been serving Eastern and Central Washington since 1979. Need gravel? Alba Excavating has its own gravel pit. When it comes to gravel and excavating, call Alba Excavating. 509-882-2047. That's 509-882-2047. When it comes to excavating, they do it all. For over 100 years, Hellison Lumber and Supply has provided top-quality lumber and building materials at competitive prices. They can handle any size project from new homes, additions, remodels, and commercial buildings and do-it-yourself projects. For projects large or small, Hellison can supply all your building material, lumber, and hardware needs. If they don't have it, they can get it fast. Check out Hellison Lumber and Supply Company. For the right products, the right service, the right price. That's Hellison Lumber and Supply Company, 3501 West Washington Avenue, Yakima.
Oh yeah, I can do a front flip and everyone's like, eh.
Come on, Heath!
Coming from the ground up may seem impossible, but it's not.
Ride Now Powersports Tri-Cities is the area's largest power sports dealer with brands like KTM, Kawasaki, Polaris, BRP, Suzuki, and is now the only Yamaha dealer in the Tri-Cities. Stop in today and check out the area's largest selection on or off-road vehicles, including all the parts and accessories gear you need. Ride safe, ride often, ride now.
Hi, I'm Katie Moore of Speck Family Dealerships. Our family automotive tradition started over 100 years ago with C-Spec Motors in Sunnyside. Founder Clayton Speck, my great-grandfather, was remembered for his generosity to employees and customers. The tradition remains today with 3 locations to serve you, including Speck Hyundai of Tri-Cities and Hall Chevrolet Buick in Prosser. We invite you to experience what family and service really mean. Speck Family Dealerships, an automotive tradition for over 100 years.
Well, it's been a wild and crazy day here at the base of this 800-foot hill here in Sunnyside, Washington. Claire, you're talking about some pretty loud and intense action on these custom dirt bikes.
I think my ears are going to be ringing for like a few days now just because of all the bikes. They were so loud. That was awesome.
And someone's going home with $1,000.
Yeah, the King of the Hill cash climb. That was awesome to watch. I'm so happy we got to see that. That was really cool.
Thanks for joining us here on SWX.
We'll see you next year.